So right now I'm just torquing these bearing cap bolts down to the proper spec, which is 80 foot-pounds, at least for the Dana 60s. Tip for today, don't go 120. We learned a lesson. Welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, this is Ohio Off-Road. Exactly 1 week until we are in Rausch Creek off-roading. And what that means, I have 5 days until I have to get this on a trailer. All right, got it out. All right, so it's another day. We stopped a little bit early with those axle seals. We got them pounded out. But I'm looking for my driver. I don't know where I put it, so I'll have to find it and then we'll have to pound those axle seals in. So in the meantime, figure I might as well start working and do something. I got the drive shaft slip off of the rear, and we have to replace the U-joint. So just gotta take these little clips out, like so. Then we just gotta take a hammer and knock those out. It would fit if I didn't smack it on a rock. Look right there. Let's file that down. Owie. Alright, it fits now. Cap out. One bad U-joint out of there. I get the cap out. There we go. One's completely out. We got good old anti-seize, so it should help us knock it out next time. Just throw a little bit of anti-seize all around it, help us out. You can get the new 1410 Spicer U-joint all ready to smack in there. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tape the ends up so the caps don't fall off. Where's my tape?
Underneath the Jeep where you left it.
Okay. Still got the tape. Let's tape up the one's ends. Man, this tape sucks. It's not very tapey. So right now, I just gotta knock that cap down just enough to get the clips in. Where are the clips? Oh, I got pretty color clips. Oh man, we're using the pink one, guys. We are using the pinky purpley ones. Look at those. Those are really fancy. So let's use these things. Man, I didn't even know they started painting clips. I'm gonna take the pink right off of it. Oh gosh! Alright, so if anybody's wondering, I am not a trained mechanic by any means. So I wanted to use the cool pink ones because they were cool. They're pink, right? What we found out, I was having trouble seating that ring in, and all of them are 62,000s or 63,000s. The white ones are around 59, 60. And then the gold ones are right around 58, 59. And that's for all of them. So I measured every single one of them. So I think we're going to actually switch it up and just use the gold ones and see how the play works for those. Shoot, can't use the pink ones, but I think this is good knowledge for everybody, especially for me. Learn something new. Ashley brought that up. So let's take the pink ones out and put the gold ones in. Okay, so let's grab our gold one and throw it in there.
going in easy peasy. Well, huh. Looks like those ones are made to fit in there.
Yep. That's it. Alright, got it done. Got it in, and always, before you take these off, mark them, because they're weighted, right? So you want to slide it back on the way you got it off. So that's it. I'm actually going to clean that inside out for a bit too.
Tell everybody, say hi, guys.
So we have the locker out. So to crack it up and replace the bonnet seal, you have to take all the ring gear bolts out, which kind of sucks because it's a lot of work to get them in, to get them out. So it's just something we got to do. Once you got those out, sometimes depending what kind of ring gear you have or kind of actually have, sometimes these just fall out. Sometimes they need a little persuasion. So we're going to persuade it. So now we're going to get the brass punch out. See, the gap's getting a little bit bigger. There it goes. Ring gear is off the locker. So make sure you use a brass hammer or brass punch to do that. And then before you do it, before you put it on, make sure you wipe all this stuff off of there. So that will set up a pretty funky pattern for you. If you want to come in, look. These are the little screws. So just looks like it's just two of them. One on each side. Just unbolt those and the whole case will come open, and then we get access to that bonnet seal. And these won't ever be in there very tight. So what's holding your casing together is really all your ring gears. It's just to hold it in before you put your ring gear on, like for shipping and stuff. If you guys were wondering what an ARB looks like that on the inside. So here's your spider gears that act like a open differential. And then this collar right here, this piece, it gets actuated and then it presses up. So we'll show you guys a little bit more. Okay, to get to that bonnet seal, just kind of has to flip this piece over. And then this collar should come out one way or another once you get it all lined up. That's how you get that collar off. Just remember how it went on. So would have went like that. And then right there you should be able to see our bonnet seal. Yep, all the way around it. The best way that I found out to get this bonnet seal out is just take a little air line, connect it to that, and just hit it real quick and it starts to pop up. You see it kind of came up on these edges. That's how you do it.
Or if you have fingernails, you just go in it and pop it right out.
Yep, and that's our bonnet seal. So let's see if we can see why it started leaking pretty bad on us. So I was looking at this more. Here's our new one, and here's the old one. So down here, the new one still has like this nice, like extra groove into it. And this one has that groove, but it's worn out. So that's probably what the major factor is for us leaking air on the trail. So hopefully this fixes our issue and we aren't going to be leaking any more air. Okay, so before I put it in, I'm just going to lube this ridge and then get it in there. I don't really want to put any lube in the back of it because that's where all the air comes in. So I don't really want to have air mixed in with the gear fluid. So just take a little dab of it, just lube it across. Once we've got it lubed up, just gotta slide it in there. Gotta kind of firmly press it down. Just like that, so it seals in there. Just press it all the way down. All right. Once you have that thing on it, you can reassemble everything. So that's the collar. So what this collar does, I should have explained. I don't know if you guys know or not. But what this does, this bonnet seal pushes right on this edge and it locks this piece. So this will go over there just like that. And then it all acts as one. You see how it's not moving? So if you drop it down, now you got a free spinning rotation. So that's when it's open. So that's it. And this is just a spring to keep it pushed out when you're not locked, or you just gotta set it right on top of it. Then you just put those two little screws in. Like I said before, they don't have to be tight. Well, they have to be tight, they don't have to be over tightened. These things really don't do much.
Just want to be snug.
They just hold the casing on together while the ring gear's not on. After we do that, we're gonna test it, put it back on the air hose, make sure everything works okay. And then we put the ring gear back in. All right, so we're gonna test it, see if we can hear her lock. See, did you guys hear it? That means it worked. Hear it? It's off, so it should have dropped down. I hit it again. And there it goes, it's locked.
And we don't hear a single leak.
Yep, definitely no leaking inside. That's it. Let's put the ring gear back on and throw it back in there.
All right, we got the drive shaft put all back together. That right there is a great photo. Really is very intrigued by this whole situation.
Watch out, Mr. Wheel.
We did put on some replacement straps.
Yep, just some I had left over from another 14 bolt that I've been keeping as spares.
Oh no, I got grease on my shoe.
Yep. Alright, those are all in. The drive shaft is officially on. I'll wipe off some of this excess grease so it doesn't get all over the rest of the body with everything else that's a mess. Alright, so the rear is almost done. I'm going to bust out the welder and I'm going to weld that little plug up a little bit more. So we're going to do that now. Alright, so one of the things that has been bothering me for a while is the 14 bolt's been leaking out of the plug on the bottom. So when you cut those to make them a 13 bolt, give them some more clearance, you have to cut that plug out or cut it down. And it's been knocked loose or something one or two times, or I just didn't weld it well enough. And it's just been leaking gear fluid ever since I did the build. So I'm going to try to fix that today. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, so let's see if you can see it. Right there, that's where the plug is. It's still in there. So I'm just gonna run a couple welds right along that and hopefully it seals it up. Alright, so we just did interaction seals. Forgot to video it. Oh well, we just pounded them in. We didn't use a specific tool. It's just a race driver and smacked them in. Now we have to do the outer axle seal. So I got a nice big socket that goes right over the side of it. So I'm just gonna smack it right in there. All right, and that's it. So now we get the locker in there and get the axle shafts in. Now we just have to stab the locker in there. Try to at least. Okay.
Remember to double check your alignment and make sure that you have the right one on the right side.
Yep. So right now I'm just torquing these bearing cap bolts down to the proper spec, which is 80 foot-pounds, at least for the Dana 60s. Tip for today, don't go 120. We learned a lesson. We were looking at Google, and I usually go on Crawlpedia, and that just didn't happen. And we just were in a rush, and we made a pretty big error. So we actually broke one of the caps because we were going at 120, and the 120 was the ring gears. So it was a slight mistake on our end, but we got it all figured out. Just part of Jeep building, I guess. All right, so those are all torqued down. Next, we just gotta put the axle shafts in. Woo! And the front's almost together. All right, right now we're putting the 14 bolt all back together, so we're just doing the very last piece of it. This has been a lot of work. Perfect. Look at all that sealant.
That's gonna be a mess.
All right, let's put it on. All right, so it's another day. I think it's day 3, maybe 4, working on a Jeep, get ready for Rausch. We only have 2 days left, today and tomorrow, and then the next day has to be on a trailer ready to go. So all I have to do now is really just finish putting the front end together. So it's pretty simple now. It's just put the axle shaft in, the hubs, the lockouts in, and that's really it. Oh yeah, and I guess all the brakes on. But that's all. So we're moving along really well. We got the whole airline system figured out. I had the compressor running for, I don't know, maybe a couple minutes yesterday, and it didn't kick on. It held the airline with no leaks, no anything. So I think we're good with those. So let's get everything else put together. The axle shaft is in. Now just got to put the hub on. Once you have the hub pushed in enough, you can get nuts on it and suck it in the rest of the way. Once I have the hub on, just gotta install a snap ring. Alright, so snap ring is now on. So we have everything done with that. We just have to do the lockouts. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to put some, a lot of grease in them because I had a problem with the last set. So we're going to grease them up. Alright guys, that is all for this video. We did get the Jeep all done. I did get the brackets made for the camper, so I'll show you those real quick. I do need to do another version. So that's probably going to be maybe in a video. I hope you guys like these. I want to do more videos of me working in the garage and stuff, so I can just take you guys along the journey with me. Alright guys, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, all the other fun YouTube stuff. I'll see you guys on the trails one day. Bye.